guys, in today's video, we are going to be packaging up my weekend sales together, and I have a lot, which is really exciting. This is my best weekend that I've had in a while. I feel like I haven't had enough to do a ship with me video from the weekend, but I have like 6 on eBay, 6 on Poshmark, 1 on Depop, 1 on Mercari, so we have lots to go through. Hopefully my camera doesn't die because it is at 2 bars, but let's go through my sales together. Let's start off with Mercari just because I have this watch right on top. So I sold this watch. It's from the brand, I don't know how to say it. Is it Seiko or Seiko? It's S-E-I-K-O. And I got this with my husband a while ago on a thrift trip. Paid $13.99 for it. Originally listed it for like over $100. Kept dropping the price. But yeah, this one has like silver and gold colorway. And it has the Mickey Mouse. Very nice piece. I ended up getting an offer on Mercari, and I got the notification someone liked this, and then I was going to send them an offer, and then they sent me an offer, and it was a really reasonable offer. I always say on my What Sold videos that people that send me offers on Mercari are very reasonable, and it was like $45 something cents, and so I accepted that because I've had this forever. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off a little bit of bubble wrap so that the glass doesn't break or anything, and anything above $40 is a good amount of money in my opinion. Let's put this in the bubble wrap. I got this big bubble wrap from my mom a while ago, and it's been so nice because bubble wrap can kind of get expensive. Let me know if you have like a really good place that you get bubble wrap, because if you ship a lot of like hard goods, especially fragile stuff, you know, you want to have like a good place that you can get bubble wrap, but you don't want to have to spend too much or else it's eating into your profits. Okay, so we're going to use this poly mailer. This is my first time ever using these poly mailers. I ordered a pack of these Van Gogh painting poly mailers on TikTok shop, and I'm so excited about them. So we have this one all wrapped up, and I just thought these were so cute, and they were about the same price as what I pay for on Amazon, so that was good. But yeah, let's print this out now that my printer's actually on. And yeah, first sale packaged and done. We'll try to be quick today. But yeah, I feel like I don't make very many sales on Mercari, and then when I do, they're very random, like this Seiko watch. All right, next sale, let's move on over to Depop and get the other random platform sale out of the way. I make the least amount of sales on Depop and Mercari, but I do still cross-list there because it's extra money I'm making that I wouldn't be making if I didn't cross-list there. So what I sold, it's right here. I got this at Uptown Cheapskate. I'm not sure if this is vintage or not. I don't think it is. I think it's just from like China or something, but it's embroidered with Donald Duck. There was no size tag, but it measures at about a size 16. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for this, and it sold for my full asking price of $30. This was getting a ton of attention on Depop as well as on eBay, and I was thinking it might sell on eBay, although I was hoping that it would sell on Depop because Depop has less fees, and lo and behold, it sold on Depop. So this vintage, I'm not sure if I titled it vintage. Oh no, I just put Donald Duck, which is good because I wasn't sure if it was vintage. I just put Donald Duck denim overall dress. This sold to a Reese. This is going all the way to Florida. Wow, that's like all the way across the country. Probably really good weather right now in Florida. I mean, it's still super warm in Utah where I live, but I've definitely noticed warmer weather stuff selling in my online stores. All right, look how cute that is. I just am in love with this packaging. All right, we have Depop and Mercari done. Let's move on over to Poshmark, where the first thing I sold was this blouse, and it only sold for $10. But the reason I accepted that offer was because this was a blouse that I bought from the Goodwill outlet to sell on a Whatnot show. And if you watched my Whatnot video, you know I'm done with Whatnot, at least for several months. I'm not going to try again for a while. But it's this really pretty blouse. It's a size extra large. It's from Hot Hippie. I listed it for $20 and I got a $10 offer, which I accepted because it wasn't something I originally bought to like resell on Mercari and Depop and places like that. I really wanted to sell it on Whatnot, but alas, it did not sell there. So I was like, well, I'm just going to list it, and I got that $10 offer, which I wasn't even thinking that anyone was going to be interested in this blouse. And so I was like, you know what? You can take it, because if I had sold it on Whatnot, I probably would have only sold it for like $5. So I made more money by selling it on Poshmark. And this sold to a Rachel? Let's see. A Rachel, yes. All right, I'm going to fold this one up. Of course, I have my free poly mailer priority. I know some people who sell on Poshmark do like to use their own cutesy poly mailers, but I am going to take the path of saving the most money always, especially when it comes to running my own business. All right, next Poshmark sale we have is this gorgeous maxi length dress from the brand Hello Molly. I had a beautiful stock photo for this. This has a high leg slit. I think this retails for around $100. I don't know if you guys can see, but the stock photo for it was really good. That's the stock photo. And then that's the photo I had on my mannequin. But this sold for $36, which was my full asking price after PrimeLister sent out its discount. I used PrimeLister as my automation tool. So it was probably listed at $40, and then someone who liked this dress got sent a $36 offer. I probably paid around $5 for it. This sold relatively quickly. I mean, I just thought this was gorgeous. I didn't know anything about the brand Hello Molly when I found this dress at Uptown Cheapskate, but I'm like, this dress has a lot of good factors. First of all, it's maxi length. It also has a really pretty print, and I think that the price was really reasonable. Okay, I gotta try to fold this again. It's very chiffon-y. It kind of has like an open back, but let's see. Okay, that kind of worked that time. I try to put them in, you know, nicely, but that one was not having it. Okay, all right, now let's download this label. This sold to a Caitlin. My brother is actually dating a girl named Caitlin, and it's kind of funny because my name's Kate, but like people call my brother's girlfriend Caitlin in her family and her friend circles, but of course my brother is never going to call his girlfriend Kate, because when he thinks of the name Kate, he thinks of his sister. So kind of funny that my brother's dating a Caitlin, but if they end up getting married, which they might, I don't think they'll watch this video, so I can talk about them, but then I will have a sister named Kate too. But yeah, Caitlin's definitely a very popular name, and happy that this Hello Molly dress sold. All right, next item to sell was another thing from Uptown Cheapskate, which makes sense because I got a lot of good pieces from those two trips. This is from the brand Out From Under, which is from Urban Outfitters. This is a pair of pink ribbed flare leg lounge pants. These were marked at a medium, but I listed them as a size small and then just said that they are marked as a size medium, but they measure at a size small. And then I just said, please refer to the measurements I have provided. And these sold for $20. I am not sure how much I paid. Probably less than $5 or around $4. I can't remember exactly because when I was shopping at Uptown Cheapskate that day, I had to do the calculations in my head because it was 80% off of what the price was marked at. So I'm not exactly too sure how much I paid for those pants, but these sold to a Rowan. Out From Under is Urban Outfitters like loungewear line, and I've sold it one other time. I sold like a satin black cami for like $16, and I'd picked it up at the bins. Oh, and I totally forgot, you guys. I got these little thank you stickers from Shein a while ago. I bought them, and then I totally forgot about them, lost them, and then I found them recently. So I'm going to put that one on this package. They'll be all cute. All right. I think we have 4 more sales on Poshmark. That is incredible. Next thing to sell is this cardigan from the brand Chico's, which I got only a couple weeks ago at a yard sale for 50 cents. It sold for $19, which is my full asking price after Prime Listers discount. I think I had it listed for $22, which is incredible. I was not expecting this to sell that quickly. Was this one a size 3 or 2? I think this one was only a size 2, which is like equivalent to like a size 12. But this one sold so quickly. It actually had like a little mark, so I washed it. But yeah, this one sold really well. I included keywords like preppy, but I did not expect it to sell so quickly. And I can't believe I only paid 50 cents. At the garage sale, I got this cardigan from, she just had like a big pile of clothes out on her lawn, and I got an H&M blue mini dress, and then I got this Chico's cardigan. And that was all. But I paid, actually, you guys, I don't think it was 50 cents. I think I paid 25 cents for this, because I think she was like 25 cents a piece, a quarter a piece or something. So I think I might have only paid a quarter for this cardigan, and then a quarter for that H&M mini dress. I got the H&M mini dress for Whatnot Show, which I did end up just listing it, but when it comes to H&M dresses, it has to be a very specific length and style, so I probably wouldn't have picked that up to list on Poshmark and eBay. So I have a lot of inventory now of stuff that I was going to run in a Whatnot Show, but that is okay. But yeah, really quick sale from Chico's. When it comes to Chico's, I often pick it up if it's like the correct style and size, or if it has good material makeup. But I always wait for it to sell because I know it's not a fast sell item. But that one sold very, very quickly. So that one is exciting. Okay, next sale we have is a puffer coat, which, you know, tells me that we're moving into the colder, well, not even necessarily in the colder season yet. But this one is from Pearl Izumi. It's like this taupe puffer vest. It's not down-filled or anything. I think I picked this up for around $8 at the regular Goodwill. And I would definitely not pick this up again, but I'm happy that it sold for $25, which was an offer that I accepted. This sold to an Amy. And usually I hang up my coats in my closet, but this one just so happened that I put it in a plastic bag for some reason. Like, I was checking in my coat area and I couldn't find it. Okay, I might have to get like a, we'll come back to this one because I might have to get a box, a priority mail box, which is in my garage. So I'll have to do that after this video. But yeah, that one sold for $25. And then next sale on Poshmark is this really pretty dress from H&M, which I told you guys I don't like to pick up this brand necessarily, but this dress was gorgeous. It has like little lace-ups on the side, and it's this beautiful pastel colorway, maxi length, kind of sheer. I didn't pay very much for this because obviously H&M doesn't retail for a ton, but I got it from Uptown Cheapskate, and yeah, I was super excited to see this dress because it looked like such a beautiful style, which is probably why Uptown Cheapskate bought it from someone in the first place. This dress sold to Amali for $17. I listed it for $25, and I got offered $15, and I countered with $20. She countered with $17, and I thought, you know what? Sales have been really good on Poshmark. I want to keep that up, and so I did accept that $17 offer. So my profit probably isn't that much, but I made like a couple sales after this sale. And so I think that by, you know, continuing accepting offers and making sales, it kept the momentum going in my store. So let's print this out. I have the fear now again that I'm doing this on camera that I am going to make a mistake. But I always double check and recheck who it's going to, and then put the little chrome thank you sticker on. It's just like a nice little touch to have a thank you sticker. I know some people put thank you notes in the packages with like their branded store name and stuff. Okay, I actually have one more sale after this, so I guess I don't have a couple more like I said, but I have one more sale. I actually made this sale today. This is a pair of Pendleton wool pants. I got these from the bins, and I have had these in my inventory forever. They were listed, I think, for 20. I got an offer for 15, and I said, yes, please take them out of my hands. I've had these 100% wool. Actually, were they 100% wool? Yeah, 100% virgin wool. I've had these in my inventory forever. So I was so happy to get rid of them. I'm going to probably take them out of this plastic bag. And Pendleton 100% wool, I feel like, is really quality, but it isn't a fast seller for me. It sometimes is, but apparently these weren't. These sold to a Michelle. Since these came from the bins, I probably paid around $2 for them, but these were in excellent condition. I was just surprised that they had no interest, which is also why I accepted that $15 offer, because not only have I had them forever, but they've had like no interest. So when I got that offer, I was like, yes, please, they are yours. You can have them. And happy that I made another $15 sale, right? Like, I still get excited even if it's just a $15 sale, because that's progressing my store along, right? A $15 sale is better than a no dollar sale, in my opinion, right? Which is why I try to always keep my cost of goods low. All right, I can already tell that I'm gonna have to reload this one again. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, but yeah, this sold to a Michelle, this pair of pants, and I'm gonna add a little thank you note, or a little thank you sticker. It says, thank you for supporting my small business, but it's a very tiny font. And then that's all for Poshmark, other than this Pearl Izumi, which I'm going to package up after I'm done filming this video. Pearl Izumi is a brand I've sold one other time in like a really cool top. I have it mentioned in the past what sold video if you want to look for that, but I have a pair of Pearl Izumi cycling shoes, which have had like barely any interest. And so I think Pearl Izumi is a very low sell-through rate brand that can sometimes do well, but I know people like to sell stuff based solely on if it has a good sell-through rate. So if you like to look for a good sell-through rate, Pearl Izumi is probably not the brand for you. All right, you guys, next thing to sell. Well, I guess not next thing to sell. We're just moving on over to eBay. So first eBay sale is this Loopy Mango thick, very chunky knit. And this is 100% merino wool. And this thing is so nice. This retails for about, I think, $700, which is insane. Or they have a make-it-yourself knit kit, and it's like $400 or something. But Loopy Mango is a very, very good sweater brand to resell. I got this from Savers for $12.99. The only thing was that this has a really big, like, brown mark right here. And I did try to wash it, but the knitting kind of started to separate, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to list it as is. I listed it for around $75, and it's gotten interest, but we moved into summer where people aren't really buying sweaters. And then I think I reduced the price down to $50. I ended up getting a $35 offer, and since I hadn't made a sale on eBay in a few days, I did accept that. I think I'm going to need to put this sweater in a box just because of how thick it is. Like, this is a really nice quality sweater, and I'm sure you could probably get that brown spot out easily. I just didn't want to try. So $35 is okay for me, but if your sweater's in good condition from Loopy Mango, they can sell for around like $100. So keep an eye out for that brand. I didn't recognize the brand when I was thrifting that day at Savers, and rule of thumb as a reseller is if you don't recognize the brand, look it up because it might be something good. All right, let me get the shipping label for this Loopy Mango sweater. Maybe I should have held out for more than $35 because it got a lot of interest, but I'm just happy for the sale, honestly. This sold to a Marielle. I think that's how you say that name. I know a girl from when I was in middle school. Her name was Marielle. Very pretty name. I think it's French. But yeah, I'm happy that this sold. And I totally forgot to show you guys what the brand tag looks like. I'll pop up a picture, but Loopy Mango is definitely a sweater brand to look out for. I've only ever come across it once, this time being that one time, but definitely a brand to know if you ever do come across it. All right, next sale on eBay, we have this men's Bonobos, not sure how you say that. This is a men's blue polo. Got this from Goodwill. I think I paid $4.99. Don't know if I would have picked this up again. I actually vlogged this specific Goodwill trip and put it on my YouTube channel. But it did sell for $19. And it sold within, I think, like 8 months. But I don't think I would pick this up again. This sold to a Clint. This was just a nice light blue shirt, size extra large, which definitely helps. Better than a size small. I've sold one other Bonobos piece before. It was a gray men's blazer. I think I sold that for like $40 or $45. And I'd gotten that blazer from the bins. But I think that because that was a more substantial piece, it sold. Not sure if I would pick up this Bonobos shirt again. Actually, I said definitely I probably wouldn't pick this up again. Maybe if I got it at the bins, but not for $5. I just try to make more money than that. This one is 9 ounces. I was only a few ounces over, which is good, so I don't have to pay any money. And yeah, this one sold to a Clint, like I said. Thank you so much, Clint, for your purchase. I love selling men's items because, I don't know, I just feel like I'm part of the cool reseller gang when I sell men's items, because I feel like a lot of good resellers sell men's items. I still can't get over, you guys, how cute this Van Gogh Polymellers are, though. If you want the link, I will send you the link. I got them on TikTok Shop, like I said, and they were really good priced too, and I think they're so cute. All right, I'm at 1 bar now, guys, so hopefully we can get through this, but next sale is actually a pair of jeans from the brand Cut From The Cloth, which isn't a brand I usually look out for, but these were from the bins. These are like a straight leg, distressed, button fly, raw hem pair of jeans. And I have noticed a lot of jeans selling for me lately, which I think is because we're in back to school season. And I've sold a few pair of men's jeans and women's jeans, and I don't usually sell a lot of jeans. And so I think it's because we're in back to school season that I am starting to sell jeans. These definitely took a while to sell. Would not have picked these up from the normal thrift store, but I pick up a lot of stuff from the bins that I wouldn't pick up if I'd found it at the normal thrift store. So these sold for $18, which was my full asking price. That was a reduced price, but that's okay. I have had these for a while, and I still made like a $10-ish profit. These sold to an Elaine, and I think these took about a year to sell. I'm never sure how much jeans are gonna weigh. These weigh, oh, I think I did the perfect amount. I often make money on shipping because I overestimate the weight of the package, so I might lose a little bit of shipping on this one, but that's okay because I usually make money from shipping. So happy that I'm clearing out a lot of my jeans from my inventory and making room for more stuff. I don't think I put a thank you sticker on my last package, but I'm really trying to be quick because I'm only at 1 bar. My last video on my YouTube channel was a yard sale, thrift with me, and haul video, and I didn't charge my camera from that last haul video. All right, you guys, next item is something I got for consignment, which they didn't take. So I decided to list it, and I only listed it for $10. It sold for $7. I paid $1 for it. It's this Maurice's t-shirt, and it's a plus size. It's a size 3X. It's a really cute colorway. Would definitely not pick this up again because that profit is so small. But I got this for Uptown Cheapskate. I'm no longer going to buy stuff from the bins to try to take to consignment. I just don't feel like it's a good thing for my business because it does take extra time to go to, a consignment store and try to sell them stuff. I will, however, continue to do kids consignment because it's a good way for me to get new clothes for my daughters. And so I take stuff that I got from the bins, make money from it at kids consignment, and then buy my daughter's clothes with the trade-in credit that I get. All right, this Maurice's blouse sold to an Elizabeth and looks like it weighed 8 ounces. Oh, and I did the perfect weight. Perfect. I always underestimate it or overestimate it. I should weigh it beforehand. I just don't. But I was right on the money with that one. Only point something ounces off. All right, let's print this out. Hoping my camera doesn't die on me. I think I was talking about my camera dying in my last Ship With Me video. Seriously, you guys, if you like this, tell me, because I think this is so cute. I'm not even like a huge fan of Van Gogh. Am I thinking of the correct artist? If I keep saying Van Gogh and it's actually not Van Gogh who painted that, I'm gonna look so ridiculous. Okay, you guys, next thing to sell is this maxi length vintage satiny cream lace dress. And I got this at the Goodwill outlet, was really surprised that no one had picked it up before me. Originally listed it for $50, ended up lowering the price. I did accept a $25 offer. I thought I might be able to go for more, but this is really gorgeous, you guys. It had like a small mark on it, but I'll show you guys this dress because it was like beautiful. It's like this vintage lingerie piece, sheer, look at the top. And yeah, it doesn't really have a ton of tags. It is from Van Rialt, size medium. I just thought this vintage lace dress was gorgeous. I put it on my mannequin to really show it off. And it was getting a ton of attention, but I just think I priced it too high. I was like, oh, it's this beautiful vintage piece. I'm gonna be able to get like 40 to 50 for it, but realistically, I was gonna get like $25, which is how much it sold for. So let's weigh this package. Looks like it weighs about 10 ounces. This one sold to a McKenna, and this one took a while to sell. I'd say like 8 months, but I do remember distinctly finding this at the bins, in the bin, and being like, ooh, I know that I can sell this. Because just because something's vintage doesn't mean it's gonna sell. But if it's a good style vintage and you can get it for a low price, especially at the bins, I would definitely consider looking into it. Okay, a few more sales on eBay. We have this cardigan, which is from American Eagle, and I just relisted this. I recently ended this listing on eBay, clicked sell similar, relisted it, and I listed it for $18, and it sold for my full asking price. This is definitely a fall-esque piece people are buying for back to school. And American Eagle is just like a mall brand, but I got this from the bins, so probably paid around $2 to $3, sold for $18. It's kind of like this light pink cardigan, and just very happy that this one sold because I probably wouldn't have got this from the normal thrift store, but from the bins, I love picking up mall brands and style-based stuff. And this is also a good reminder to you guys that constantly relist your items. Click sell similar on eBay. I think I get like 10,000 listings a month on eBay, and so I'm just constantly ending listings and clicking sell similar. And that got me an $18 sale. All right, this weighs 1 pound, 8 ounces, and it sold to a Jennifer. Oh wow, I'm super off on weight for this one. My bad. I have to pay like $1. That's okay. It all evens out. I have to tell myself it all evens out. I really need to start weighing my stuff, like I said beforehand. But that is okay. I really like this time of year. We are still dead in the middle of summer, but I'm excited that winter stuff is selling because there's lots of money in winter stuff, like boots and cardigans and coats, and it's just very exciting. Reselling is so fun. I've definitely been putting more hard work into reselling ever since I gave up on Whatnot, and it's been so good for my mental health. Just like forgetting about Whatnot and focusing on what I know makes me money and what I am good at. All right, you guys, one more sale on eBay, which came in just a few hours ago. This is from the brand Clarks, and I no longer pick up this brand. I probably haven't mentioned that in a video yet. I have a lot of videos where I talk about occasionally picking up the brand Clarks, but unless it is like the most drop dead gorgeous pair of Mary Jane shoes from the brand Clarks, and I get them for like $4, I'm not picking up Clarks anymore, even from the Goodwill outlet. They just take forever to sell, and I just feel like they're so oversaturated. But these are Clarks. They're just like this black slip-on, excellent condition. They still kind of have like the price tag, original price tag on the bottom. And these sold for my full asking price of $20, which was a dropped price. I got these Clarks from the bins for $4. So just very, very happy to see these go. Clark's is one of those brands which, I don't know, like you can always find at the thrift store. Clark's, without a doubt, I find every time that I thrift, but I often leave it behind because these only sold for $20. So had I paid like $6 for them, that wouldn't have been the best return on profit. And you may not know, but I promote everything in my eBay store at 9%, which might seem kind of high, but if promoting it at that rate helps it to sell faster, I'm okay with that because I like flipping through inventory. Okay, I think that my camera's about to die. It has like an orange thing and everything. So I'm gonna finish packaging these up, but that's my last sale. And thank you so much for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.